The music was too loud, the kind that thumps in your chest like a second heart you never asked for. And I couldn't find Sarah anywhere. I'd been holding the same warm beer for 20 minutes, smiling at people whose names I barely remembered, pretending everything was fine while my eyes kept scanning the crowd for the flash of her red dress. She'd kissed my cheek an hour earlier, whispered she was going to find the bathroom, and then just gone. Vanished. Like someone had opened a door in the air and she'd stepped through it. I told myself it was nothing. Parties swallow people. But the knot in my stomach tightened with every passing minute. Then I saw her. She was coming down the hallway from the back bedrooms, smoothing her hair, cheeks flushed the way they get after wine, or something else. Behind her, Mark, my oldest friend, the one who'd stood beside me at our wedding, emerged a second later, tugging at his collar, eyes darting like he'd just remembered he wasn't supposed to be there. I stepped back into the shadows of the kitchen before they saw me. Sarah laughed at something he said, low and private, the kind of laugh she used to save just for me. Mark touched the small of her back, guiding her forward, and she didn't pull away. Not even a little. My lungs forgot how to work. They moved past me toward the living room, swallowed by bodies and colored lights, and I stayed frozen against the fridge, listening to the blood roar in my ears. I should have followed. Should have said something. Instead, I stood there like a coward, clutching my beer so hard the plastic cup cracked. I don't know how long I waited, 5 minutes, 10 before I drifted after them. I found Sarah by the patio doors, alone now, sipping from a fresh glass of wine. She smiled when she saw me, bright and easy like nothing had happened. "There you are," she said, reaching for my hand. "I was looking for you." Her fingers were warm, familiar. I let her lace them through mine even though every nerve in my body was screaming to yank away. "You okay?" she asked, tilting her head. "You look pale." I opened my mouth, closed it. The words were right there. "I saw you, but they stuck behind my teeth like broken glass." "I'm fine," I heard myself say. My voice sounded far away, like someone else was using it. "Just loud in here." She squeezed my hand. "Want to get some air?" I nodded because it was easier than speaking. We stepped outside. The night was cool, the music muffled behind the glass. Couples smoked on the deck, laughing too loud. Sarah leaned against the railing, staring out at the dark yard like she was somewhere else entirely. I couldn't stand the quiet. "Where'd you go?" I asked. Casual. Like I was just curious. She didn't even flinch. "Bathroom." Then I got trapped talking to Jenna about her divorce. You know how she gets. Jenna. I'd seen Jenna 20 minutes ago inside, dancing with some guy in a ridiculous hat. I stared at the side of Sarah's face, the soft curve of her cheek I'd kissed 1,000 mornings, the mouth that had promised me forever 8 years ago. She was lying so smoothly it almost sounded like truth. Almost. "You were gone a long time," I said. She turned then, eyes wide and innocent. "Were you worried?" A small laugh. "Baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disappear on you." Baby. The word used to melt me. Now it felt like a slap. I wanted to scream. I wanted to grab her shoulders and shake her until the mask fell off. Instead, I just looked at her. At this woman I thought I knew better than myself, and felt something inside me quietly fracture. "It's fine," I said. "I just missed you." She smiled again, softer this time, and leaned in to kiss my cheek. Her lips brushed the corner of my mouth, and I smelled him on her. Not cologne. Something subtler. Skin. Guilt. The faint trace of another man's sweat mixed with hers. I think that was the moment the floor actually dropped out from under me. We went back inside eventually. She danced with our friends. She brought me another beer. She touched my arm in that absent, affectionate way she'd done for years, like I was still her anchor. And I let her. I smiled and nodded and died a little more with every passing minute. Later, in the car on the way home, she rested her head on my shoulder. The streetlights slid across her face in streaks of gold and shadow. "I love you," she murmured, sleepy, fingers tracing circles on my thigh. I stared straight ahead at the road. "I love you too," I said. The lie tasted like rust. When we got home, she went straight to the shower. I stood in the kitchen listening to the water run and opened her purse on the counter. I don't know what I was looking for. Proof. Absolution. Anything that would make this unreal. Her phone lit up with a text. "Mark. Still thinking about your mouth. Fuck. Tomorrow." My knees buckled. I grabbed the counter to keep from hitting the floor. The shower shut off. Footsteps patted down the hall. I shoved the phone back exactly where it had been and walked into the living room like a man on his way to the gallows. Sarah appeared in the doorway wearing my old college t-shirt, hair damp, face scrubbed clean. She looked 18 again. She looked like the girl I'd married. She looked like a stranger. "You okay?" she asked, frowning. "You're shaking." I wasn't okay. I was breaking apart from the inside out, every heartbeat a fresh wound. "Come here," I said. My voice cracked on the second word. She crossed the room and curled into my lap like she always did. Arms around my neck, head on my chest. I held her because it was the last time I ever would. I breathed in the scent of her shampoo and memorized it. The way you memorize the last good thing before the world ends. "I missed you tonight," I whispered into her hair. She made a small content sound and snuggled closer. "I'm right here." "No," I thought. "You're not. You haven't been for a long time." I closed my eyes and felt the tears slip hot down my temples into my ears. She didn't notice. She was already half asleep, trusting and warm in my arms, while everything we'd built turned to ash around us. Tomorrow I would ask questions. Tomorrow I would demand truth. Tonight I just held what was left of my wife and let the silence scream for both of us. Because some betrayals don't need words. They live in the spaces between heartbeats, in the way her breathing stayed steady while mine shattered, in the knowledge that the life I thought was mine had slipped away hours ago in a dark bedroom while I stood in a kitchen holding a cracked cup and a lie I wasn't ready to name. She fell asleep first. I stayed awake until dawn, staring at the ceiling, feeling the exact moment the last piece of me broke off and drifted away forever.